Okay. Have you ever found yourself, like, staring at a huge tangle of HDMI cables behind your TV? Just
Mm.
constantly reaching back there, switching inputs.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe you've walked into a sports bar, seen that massive wall of screens all showing different names.
And wondered, how on earth do they manage that? So many sources, so many TVs all at once.
It's a real headache, right? For anyone dealing with more than just a couple of sources and displays, it gets messy fast.
That spaghetti of wires feeling. We've all been there, I think, trying to figure out which HDMI goes where.
Exactly.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into a really interesting piece of gear that solves exactly that. It's the WolfPack 4K 60 Hz 4x4 HDMI Matrix Switcher.
Right. And our goal here is to really unpack this thing. What does it actually do? How does it work? And who really needs this kind of advanced setup?
We want you to walk away understanding this nerve center for modern AV. We're pulling everything straight from the product details and specs.
So let's get into it.
Okay, so the basics first. What is a 4x4 HDMI Matrix Switcher? That name alone sounds pretty technical. How is it different from just a splitter?
Yeah, good question. Think of it like a smart traffic controller, but for your video and audio signals. The 4x4 part is simple. 4 inputs, 4 outputs.
For input, so like Blu-ray player, game console, maybe a streaming box, cable box.
Exactly. 4 source devices like those, and then 4 outputs, TVs, projectors, whatever displays you have.
Okay.
And the matrix part means you can route any of those 4 inputs to any of those 4 outputs independently.
Ah, okay, independently.
Yeah.
So it's not just taking, say, the game console and showing it on all 4 TVs.
No.
I could have the game on TV 1, a movie from the Blu-ray on TV 2, cable news on TV 3, and maybe the game also on TV 4, all at the same time.
Precisely. That independent routing is the magic. You never have to unplug or replug anything. Just seamless switching.
That's the core promise then. Up to 4K 60 Hz sources to any of 4K 60 Hz displays.
That's it. It eliminates that whole cable swapping nightmare.
Okay, that makes sense. But, just routing the signal isn't always enough, is it? Especially with 4K. Signal quality matters.
Absolutely critical.
And that brings us to what this WolfPack thing apparently does really well. Signal purity. This isn't just basic switching, is it?
No, not at all. See, when you send these high bandwidth signals, especially over longer cables or through multiple devices, the signal can degrade. It gets weaker, maybe picks up errors, jitter.
Right, like a fuzzy picture, dropouts.
Exactly. So the switcher acts like a signal booster and cleaner combined. It actively retimes the signal, compensates for level drops, fixes phase errors, and gets rid of data jitter.
Okay.
The source material actually says the output is a regenerated, brand new, perfect HDMI signal, which is a bold claim, but it highlights the focus.
Wow, okay, so it's taking potentially weakened signals and making them pristine again before they hit the screen.
That's the idea. You get the best possible picture and sound reliably.
And speaking of best possible picture, the specs mention some pretty high-end capabilities. 4K 60 Hz, 4.4.4 YUV. What does that actually mean for what we see?
Right, so 4K 60 Hz is your smooth, high-resolution standard. The 4.4.4 YUV part that refers to color sampling basically means no color compression.
No compression.
Every pixel gets its full color information, so you get incredibly vibrant, accurate colors, no weird banding or color shifting. Really important for movies or, professional graphics work.
Like getting the whole paint palette, not a limited set.
Good analogy, yeah. It also mentions full HDMI 2.0 and HDCP 2.2 compliance.
HDCP 2.2, that's the copy protection thing, right?
It is super important for modern 4K content from streaming or Blu-rays.
Right.
If your whole chain source switcher display isn't HDCP 2.2 compliant, you might just get a black screen or downgraded picture. This ensures everything talks nicely.
Got it. So it handles the security handshake properly.
Yep. And then there's deep color support, 48, 36, 30, 24-bit, plus X.V color. That means a much wider range of colors and smoother gradients. Less of that blocky look in things like sunsets.
Makes sense. More lifelike visuals. And it handles other resolutions too, not just 4K.
Yeah, it supports 1920 by 1200 as well, which you often see on computer monitors or professional displays.
Okay, so visuals are top-notch.
Yeah.
What about the audio side? Does it keep up with high-fidelity sound?
It does. It's compatible with formats like LPCM 7.1 channel, Dolby True HD, DTS HD Master Audio. These are lossless formats.
Lossless meaning no data thrown away, like the original studio recording.
Pretty much. LPCM is basically uncompressed digital audio, so you're hearing everything exactly as intended, the big explosions, quiet whispers, the full surround sound experience.
Nice. Really completes the picture.
And one interesting feature here is separate analog and digital audio outputs tied to HDMI 1 out.
Oh, so you could send audio to a separate sound system, maybe an older receiver, alongside the HDMI.
Exactly. It gives you more flexibility for complex audio setups. Plus, it supports 3D and lip sync pass-through, covering all the bases.
Okay, so signal quality is locked down. Picture, sound, everything.
All right.
But how do you actually control this beast? All that routing power needs to be manageable.
Right, and this is where it gets pretty flexible. They offer a bunch of ways to control it.
Like what?
Well, for easy access, there are mobile apps, Android and iPad, so you can manage everything from your phone or tablet.
That's handy. No more hunting for the right remote.
Definitely. Then there's a Web GUI UI, basically a control panel you access through your web browser on a computer.
Ah, so you can get in there and maybe rename inputs and outputs, make it easier to remember what's what.
Exactly. You can name inputs, outputs, even save preset scenes. Makes complex setups much more organized.
Okay, what else?
You've got your traditional options too. An IR, remote control, software control, and direct control on the unit itself.
On the front panel.
Yep, there's an LCD display and physical buttons. They call them broadcast class silent buttons with blue backlights.
Silent buttons. That's a nice touch for, say, a home theater where you don't want loud clicks.
Precisely. And for the really integrated setups, the professional ones, it supports Control 4, TCP/IP, and RS-232 control. Industry standards.
Okay, so it plays nice with big automation systems.
Absolutely. It also has 10 presets you can save and a quick 2-key control method for fast switching between common setups.
And you mentioned specialized systems earlier.
Yeah.
For bars and stuff.
Yeah, there's an optional WolfPack system specifically for sports bars, lets you control up to 36 TVs from one iPad, and dedicated software for managing DirecTV receivers alongside the Matrix in bars and restaurants.
That makes total sense now. When you see that wall of TVs in a bar, this is the kind of tech making it happen behind the scenes.
Yeah.
No wonder they need silent buttons.
Right. It's built for those demanding environments, but also scales down for, serious home use.
Let's dig a bit deeper into some of those advanced things. You mentioned EDID management earlier.
Right.
What is EDID and why does it need managing?
Okay, so EDID Extended Display Identification Data. It's basically how your display, your TV or projector, tells the source device what it's capable of.
Like saying, hey, I can handle 4K HDR at 60 hertz.
Exactly that. It sends its list of capabilities. But sometimes, maybe with different brands or older gear, that communication gets mixed up. That's when you get handshake issues.
The dreaded black screen. Or maybe getting 1080p when you expected 4K.
Yep. So this switcher has built-in EDID management. It supports multiple output EDIDs, has internal ones stored, and can even learn EDIDs from connected displays. It acts like a translator.
Ah, making sure the source sends a signal the display can actually understand, regardless of mismatches.
Precisely. It smooths out those compatibility problems. Big deal for reliability.
And you mentioned controlling multiple units. How does that work?
It has this centralized control function. So if you have a really large installation, maybe needing more than 4 outputs, you can link multiple matrix units together and control them all from one central point.
Without having to program each one separately.
Right. Saves a ton of setup time in big venues. And for developers or custom installers, they provide opening web control codes.
Meaning they can build their own custom control interfaces.
Yeah, or integrate it more deeply into other systems. It's very developer-friendly in that sense.
Seems like they've thought about the pro installers.
Definitely. It's compatible with all the major third-party control systems, AMX, Crestron, Control 4, RTI, Savant, Elan. The list goes on.
And people can even write their own drivers. You mentioned RS-232 script.
Yes. For really advanced users, they provide the RS-232 command set. The example given is 1 by 2 by 2 and 3, which would switch input 1 to output 2 and output 3 simultaneously.
Wow.
And the Matrix even replies OK or ERR to confirm the command. There's a full manual for it, so you have incredible fine-grained control if you need it.
That's some serious power under the hood.
Yeah.
So with all this capability, where do we typically see these deployed? What are the main use cases?
Well, the list is pretty long, as you might expect. Sports bars and restaurants are obvious ones.
Yeah, managing all those games and feeds.
Casinos, shopping malls with digital signage, places of worship needing multiple screens, data centers, even sophisticated gaming rooms.
Gaming rooms. Okay, I can see that.
Exactly. Schools, universities, corporate boardrooms, and of course high-end home theaters. Basically anywhere you need reliable switching between multiple HDMI sources and displays.
So pretty versatile then. It's not just for giant commercial installs.
No, a serious home theater enthusiast who wants seamless control over all their gear could definitely benefit.
Okay, let's talk practicalities. Getting it set up, assuming you're not doing deep RS-232 programming, how easy is the basic hookup?
The physical connection is actually really simple. The how it works section boils it down. Connect your sources to the inputs, connect your displays to the outputs, connect the power. That's it for the basic plumbing.
Plug and play?
For the core function, yeah. The complexity comes with the advanced control and configuration if you need it.
Right. What about cable lengths? That's always a concern with HDMI, especially 4K.
Super important point. There are limits. For standard 1080p at 60 hertz, you can usually go up to about 15 meters, maybe 40 feet with good cables.
Okay.
But for 4K 30 hertz, you need to keep it shorter, less than 8 meters, or about 25 feet.
And for the full 4K 60 hertz, the highest bandwidth.
That's the trickiest. You're looking at around 5 meters, maybe 15 feet max, typically. Any longer, and you'd likely need extenders, which use different technology like HD-T.
Good to know. So plan your cable runs carefully. And the physical unit itself, how does it fit in?
It's designed for standard racks. It's 1U high, that's about 1.75 inches and 19 inches wide, 10 inches deep. Fits right into professional AV racks.
And it has features for installers, too.
Yeah, little things that make a difference. Screw holes above the HDMI ports to lock the cables in place. No accidental unplugging during a crucial moment.
Oh, that's smart. I've had HDMI cables wiggle loose before.
Happens all the time. And it uses spiral power connectors, which are much more secure than standard barrel plugs. Again, reliability is key for a central device like this.
Makes sense. Now, before we wrap up, there was an interesting note about cost savings for end users, especially on bigger systems. What was that about?
Right. This was a suggestion from the manufacturer. For larger systems, you could potentially save quite a bit, they say thousands, by buying the Matrix hardware directly yourself.
Okay.
And then instead of buying a fully programmed system from a high-end dealer, you hire a separate third-party installer just to handle the software setup, programming, and maybe the physical installation.
So you're separating the hardware purchase from the specialized programming labor.
Exactly. It could definitely save money, but you need to be careful. The manufacturer guarantees the RS-232 commands work, but finding a reliable third-party integrator who really knows their stuff, especially for complex systems like Control4 or Crestron, is crucial.
So it's a potential saving, but requires doing your homework on the installer.
Precisely. You need someone competent to tie it all together smoothly.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, this deep dive really shows how much goes into managing multiple video sources and displays properly. This WolfPack Matrix is clearly more than just a simple switch box.
Absolutely. It's a powerful tool. Whether you're that pro installer dealing with a sports bar wall or maybe just a home theater buff who wants total control without the cable swapping, it simplifies things, cleans up the signal, and offers huge flexibility.
It really does seem like the nerve center for a modern AV setup, taking the chaos out of complexity.
Yeah, it consolidates control and ensures quality.
So here's something for you, the listener, to think about. We live in this world absolutely saturated with visuals, right? Content everywhere, screens everywhere. Now that you understand the power behind devices like this, the dedicated routing, the signal processing, the control, what kind of really cool, intricate visual or audio experience could you imagine creating? Even if it's just in your own living room, what could you do with